I had nowhere else to turn. I had tried everything. So the fact it was as quick as it was probably saved my life. I thought I was a very normal girl from the valleys who used their weekends to binge drink their way through them, and university was the same, everybody else was doing it. I didn't think there was any issues. But I think a combination of the OCD and the alcohol then meant I did quite a lot of self-harm. I would cut myself drunk because I just wanted to feel and just punish myself, really. It was a really dark time. It went on for a good few years, and as an adult as well, as a young adult, I was still hurting myself. And that's the really petrifying thing about mental health, is that you can hide it. The self-harm had stopped quite a while ago now, but I was still I still drinking quite heavily, and the drinking quite heavily started to seep into the weekdays. And I remember my eldest little girl, Blossom, asking me could she go to the toilet. We were on the beach with all our friends and I had a glass of wine. And I remember thinking, oh, I was like annoyed with her that she'd asked me to take her to the toilet, because she was, you know, it was my time. And as I walked back from the toilet, I was thinking, bloody hell, you're on a beach with your children. This is not a night out. This is not, you know, what are you doing? And the more I thought about it, the more unhealthy I realised it was. I just couldn't see a way out. There's a benchmark, and it's an awful benchmark, but I'll wake up and I'll think, I don't want to die today. So I'd wake up, and if I felt like I wanted to die and it didn't bother me if I died, I know I'd have a bad day. But if I woke up and I thought, no, I can't leave these girls, I can't leave Scott, I've got so much more to give, I'd know I was well. And then this kept happening, these thoughts. I was in a really terrible place. I had given up alcohol because I thought that was the problem. It was a big problem, but it wasn't the problem. And I had just hit the lowest I've ever hit, and there was nothing bringing me up at all. It's a frightening place to be. I suppose we'll never ever, and thankfully we will never ever know whether I would have chosen the path to have ended it all. It was heading that way quite rapidly, if I'm totally honest, just because there was no way out, there was no outlets. And like I said, I'd given up alcohol, I had tried, I'm a really keen runner, I run a lot. That wasn't ticking any boxes. I'd gone back on medication, and it just felt like I had tried absolutely everything and there was nothing else. And then I went to the coffee shop one day, and I never, again, Jeff and Chloe are super intuitive because I never mentioned anything. I think the only phrase I said was, it'd be really good if we were like Americans, because Americans seem to have like a nail technician and a therapist, and it's the most, normal thing in the world that people go for therapy. And they both sort of looked at each other, and they said, we've got this provision. I don't know whether you'd be interested, but we can give you 4 blocks of therapy if you want. He said the one thing that nobody had said to me before, and he said, we can work on this, you can work on this, and I'll work on it with you. He said, I can't do the work for you, you are going to have to graft, but I'm here to hold your hand. And I think nobody had done that before. Nobody had said, look, I'm going to walk this path with you, you're not on your own here. I think the immediate intervention is crucial. I think I was very, very lucky that the universe played a part, that I went to the cafe that day, but it has genuinely put me on a very different path. It's changed my life completely, and I'm learning every day, and I'm working every single day now at being, a better person as well, not just a well person, a better person. I had nowhere else to turn. I had tried everything. So the fact it was as quick as it was probably saved my life.